Hi everyone. So in the previous video we have discussed what we are building and what is the architecture of our project. So in this video we will generate a Spring Boot project. For generating Spring Boot application we have multiple ways, but in this video we will discuss the best way or the most recommended way to generate a Spring Boot project. To generate a Spring Boot project we will use Spring Initializer, which is given by Spring team to generate a Spring Boot application. So for that we'll just need a browser. In the browser we'll go to start.spring.io, that is the official site for Spring Initializer. So before generating the Spring Boot project, some of the configurations we have to provide to this application. The first thing is the build system. We can choose Maven or Gradle. For now we will go with Maven. Then we have language. We can develop the Spring Boot application in multiple languages like Java, Kotlin and Groovy. So for now we are using Java. So I'll choose Java. So the third thing is the Spring Boot version. Here you can see we have three kind of versions. The first one is snapshots. The second one is M1 and the third one is the plain version. So let me tell you what these categories are. Snapshots are the daily builds. These are the daily builds which is given by the Spring Boot team. So this is not recommended one to use. Then we have M1. M1 is the first Spring Boot release to use the new versioning system or the new versioning scheme. So the third category are the plain 2.4.2 or 2.3.8, which are the planned builds for the Spring Boot project. So for now we will use 2.4.2. Then we have to provide some project metadata like group, artifact, name, description, package name, packaging type and the Java version. So let's talk about group. So usually we group our code into some packages, right? So this group is the ID of our package. So for now we will use com.pythoracademy. Then the second thing is the artifact ID. So artifact is a kind of a unique specifier for a particular project. We can push our code to Maven repository, and if we want to use it as a dependency, we will use the artifact ID. Then we have name. Here we will describe the name of the application. The next field is the description. Here we will describe what this project is. So let me give a description. An application to manage videos just like YouTube. Then we have package name. It is already picked by the group name as we discussed earlier. So this is com.pythoracademy.youtube. So then we have the packaging. It can be a jar or var. Here jar stands for Java Application Archive. That means this is a desktop application and can run on a user's machine. And the second thing is var. So a WAR file is a special kind of jar which is used to package a web application, and it makes it easy to deploy in a application server. So let's take jar for now. Then we have Java version. We will use Java 8, so I'll pick Java 8 for this field. Then we have the dependencies. Here first of all we need Spring Web because we are using REST API. So the first dependency is Spring Web. Then we'll need DevTools. I'll tell you why this is needed in the upcoming videos. Then we have Actuator. Using this dependency, we will get the details of our application like health or other things when the application is running. So we'll use Actuator as well. Apart from it, we will use dependencies for database configuration, that is Spring Data JPA and MySQL, but we'll add them later. So for now we have given all the configuration for our REST API. Now let's generate the project by clicking on the generate button. So as we clicked on the generate button, it generated one project named YouTube for us. Now we got this project in a zip file. So the next step is to unzip it and import it into whatever editor we want to use. So let's go to the folder location where we got this zip file, and we'll copy this file to the location where we want to put it. So now let me paste it here. So I have pasted this whole project over here. Now what we have to do is to extract it. I'll extract it. So now I have placed the zip file in the specified location where I want to store the application. Now I'll unzip it and import it to the editor. So I've unzipped it. Now it's time to open the editor. Here we are using Spring Tool Suite, that is STS, for developing this REST API. So let me open Spring Tool Suite. Now I have started the STS and it's time to import the project. So by default here we have Package Explorer from where we can import the project. But if in case you are not getting this window, let me tell you where you can find it. So in this top right corner we have quick access. Here you can type whatever console you want. Here we need Package Explorer. Let me search it. So now we got the Package Explorer and now we can import the project. Once you click on import project, you will get a list of variety of projects. As we are using Maven as a build system, so we'll have a Maven project. So here we'll expand the Maven tab, and in that tab we have existing Maven projects. So we'll click on this one, or we can simply find it on the top by typing Maven project. Click on next. Now here you have to give the path of that project. So let me browse it. Now I click on the project folder and click on open. Now it will show me the pom.xml that is present in this project. So the next thing is finish. Now we are importing the project, so it will take some time to import the project and download the dependencies. Once this is done, then we'll explore what all components we have in the generated project and what is the schema we get out of it. So now we have generated the Spring Boot project and imported it in one IDE, that is STS. In the next video we will go through the generated project and what is the folder structure which is auto generated.